Yes, guys, and welcome back to flatcapeurotalk. And we are going to be talking about that holding midfielder. We're going to try to fix that tempo setter role. I am going to be joined by David for this one. David, we're going to be talking about the very, very, very talented and very complete player, I would say, and Marcelo Brozović. I mean, David, I would say this guy could absolutely fill that tempo setter role. I'm really looking forward to him, but let's break down some of this background on him. Born in Zagreb, Croatia, age 28. He's definitely reaching the prime of his career. He stands at around 5 feet 11 inches, 1.81 meters. He can play that center defensive mid role. I feel like very competently, be that kind of holding midfielder very well, kind of just ping passes left and right, be that tempo setter, but also can play center mid, I think, very competently as well. His market value right now is at around 36 million pounds, but at the same time, his contract does end in June 2022. So that does mean he's either going to be going for a very reduced fee, probably in January, if we were to get him then, or we get him on a free in the summer. And I know that Antonio Conte loves this guy. I know he absolutely worships this guy. So let's get maybe into a bit deeper on maybe why he loves him so much. And this is probably why, because his passing stats, and at least his stats from last season in 2020-21 season under Antonio Conte, was just unbelievable. This is, again, comparing him to all midfielders. This is compared to all midfielders in the Serie A last season. His passes completed long. He completed about 12.55 per 90 per match and stood in the 98th percentile, basically the best in the entire Serie A. His passes completed at a medium distance. He did 32.99 per 90, stood at the 99th percentile, so literally the best in the entire Serie A. Passes into the final third, he completed about 8.19 per 90, 97th percentile there. Switches of play, that's a beautiful stat right there. 3.87 per 90, 98th percentile there. Key passes, 1.57, 91st percentile there. A key pass, everybody, again, is like a pass that basically leads to a very good chance. It's like a pass to the assist, the pass to the assist, something kind of on those lines. A shot creating action, which is basically just chances created. Created about 3 per 90 and stood at 88th percentile there. And then shots blocked, just to maybe show that he can get stuck in when he needs to. And some of the highlights will show that as well. He had around 0.59 shots blocked per 90 and got in the 96th percentile there. But David, maybe probably the obvious right there is this guy is a world-class distributor.
No, look, you're looking at it, Jack. He has all the passing range you want in the midfield. He can go along, not a problem, completes them nearly every time. It's exactly what an Antonio Conte looks for in his deep lying midfielders, Jack. Someone that can pass them out of trouble, someone that can go get them on the attack if they're being pressed with one long pass. Not only that, he can play passes into feet, switches of play, which is always handy. He likes to rotate from left to right, which shows his tempo setting ability, really, along with the long passes, the completed passes, and the key passes, So very, very, very good all round.
Very good all-around player. Definitely very good all-around player. The attributes, everybody, just to remind you, probably a few more I could have tossed in here. Tempo setter, that's exactly what we're looking for. Fabulous passer. I mean, probably one of the best passers in all of Europe's top 5 leagues, if you ask me. His long shots are very underrated. Maybe not so well known about him, I think, as well, is that the guy can really hit it from distance and is a bit of a clinical finisher, actually, as well. Holding midfielder, of course. He can be that kind of holding mid, almost kind of like how you probably saw Thiago Alcantara in his best years at Bayern, when he was really winning the Champions League with them and stuff, just absolutely running the show. That's kind of what Marcelo Brozović, I feel like, does. He's a very technical player and he's very technically gifted. That's probably his best attribute, just being an absolute baller, I would say. And also his stamina. The guy can really get up and down the pitch in a very, very effective way. So I would say, everybody, let's just get into these highlights. I think the first one, David, I think we're going to kind of just go over maybe kind of some of his ability just to get stuck in here, his ability to get, all around the pitch and, be able to, just be that holding midfielder, we're kind of looking for, because we know with someone like Højbjerg gets stuck in and knows how to be able to win the ball back. But I think with Marcelo Brozović, he can kind of do a bit of it all, where he can, get stuck in, send people to the floor, but also be able to, ping passes left and right. And we're going to be seeing that in this first highlight reaction. We're going to do 2 different videos, though, everybody. One from Brazil Scout, the other one from Brazil Scout Premium. As always, the link will be in the description down below.
I tell you, Jack, he's a very good reading of the game. He's a very good understanding of the game already. You can see it with him.
I think at the moment he's already one of the best players in Europe, I think, and at least in his position, if you ask me. So I really do feel like we'd be signing, in that position, one of the best players in Europe. But that's maybe just my belief on it. And I think the highlights will show that, though. And these are just the ones where he's just getting stuck in as well, everybody, for the most part.
What a tackle.
Wins the ball up Tyson there against Shakhtar Donetsk. Stands his ground there. Just, the referee's not having any of it. Wins the ball up Kessier there as well. That's rare. That's a rare occurrence. That is a ridiculous touch.
Before he even made that challenge, he's already anticipating where Kessie is going, or already anticipating Kessie getting the ball. And that's why he's able to make them, because he's already there, because he can anticipate, he can read the game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is what I will enjoy this about, because I feel like I didn't really know him to be kind of someone that wins the ball back, but the highlights, of course, are kind of filtered, but at the same time, there are a lot of highlights to show of this guy really being able to win the ball back and kind of, be that kind of dominating midfielder. That is just getting stuck in for a living right there. Also tracking back, helping out his center backs in this occasion. That is beautiful to see. Sends that man to the floor.
Could have easily fouled him.
I would say it's one part, David, is it's kind of like he's not really, that looks like the strongest players, but he's very, very aggressive. He's not afraid, to win the ball back, if you can tell as well. Beautiful weight on that.
It reminds me a bit of Matic in his heyday.
Mm-hmm. That's a great, actually, comparison, because also maybe to a degree, both kind of lanky kind of players as well when you think about it.
See that pass there that he's just made to Hakimi? That's what we're lacking at Tottenham right now, lad. Is someone that can just play a pass like that, someone that can do it properly, someone that has a bit of football intelligence, someone that's really intelligent. You see our players at Tottenham, they're all brain dead, they're all erratic. You see this guy, cool, calm and collected. He puts the right whip on it, the right height, the right dip. Someone that just takes care of their passing.
I really agree, Dave, actually. And we'll be seeing that probably, especially in the second highlight video. We'll be seeing how good this guy is at being able to be that distributor. But especially, you can even see here, though, the fact that he can get stuck in when need to. That is a world class. That's world class.
That's good awareness, knowing that your man was coming in behind him. See, there's a player, Jack, he doesn't think he has 20 minutes on the ball. He realizes that, he may have a bit of time, but there will be players to close him down.
There we go. Loves to dangle the foot in the best of ways as well.
The way he reads the game is brilliant. He's always there. Like, look, see the way he was already. He's already gone.
Oh, that is my favorite type. That is a beautiful pirouette, Dave. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Even Andre Pirlo, Dave, would be proud of that.
Beautiful.
Good strength there, actually. Maybe because he has those lanky arms when you think about it as well. So
see the way he was already anticipating your man skinning him there. So he's already on the front foot, ready to come out. It's good. That's good play. It's proactive. Ooh. It's reading the game. It's everything you want from a midfielder.
Mm-hmm. He also carries the ball very well, and that's what we also need, is someone who can carry the ball well out of the midfield, out of that holding midfield position, because we see Skippy do it every once in a while. He's going to eventually, I think, develop those skills, Skippy, but you want someone that's ready-made to do it, I think, right now, and even maybe teach, Skippy a thing or two, and I think Marcelo Brozović could definitely do that. No,
he definitely can. He definitely can. See, that's a beautiful pass. That's, time, vision, everything else. Not erratic. He doesn't rush it. He just stands still, wait for the movement, and it's over the top. It's beautiful.
Is this someone that maybe fixes that creativity problem that we keep talking about? We keep saying it needs to be an attacking midfielder, Dave, but maybe it needs to be more of like a holding midfielder that can kind of, solve that creativity problem for us.
Yeah, look, Jack, I've been saying it for a while now. We need that deep lying playmaker, I believe is what the name on him now is a deep lying playmaker. But someone that, can take the ball off the defense, someone that's comfortable to receive the ball, like a bit like this guy, someone that it doesn't matter whether his challenge is coming in, he's comfortable on the ball, you know what I mean? He can go left, he can go right, but he can also play them passes over the top. He's not erratic. He does it the way he was taught to do it throughout all his career, not with the outside of the boot and stuff like that. So he's definitely could solve the issues, Jack, because the thing is, if you have a player like him, right, you can keep Harry Kane up front. You can keep Son up front because they know they can make the runs and this guy will find them. When you don't have someone like that, you're just hoping that someone can carry the ball. You're hoping to go down the route of someone like a Moussa Dembele, who's a rarity. You very rarely find players like that.
Yeah, I'd actually agree, Dave. You just need someone, like you said, the deep lying playmaker. I guess even a football manager kind of, role for that would be kind of the regista that everybody's
Mm,
been kind of talking about as well. But the deep lying playmaker is definitely the right terminology there, Dave. So that's exactly what I think this guy is. And he's the tempo setter. He's the guy who basically controls games. There are players around the world that control games. You see the likes of Tony Cruz. Tony Kroos would be able to, control games, Dave. Luka Modric controls games. Thiago can control games. This was what I think Marcelo Brozović, he definitely falls in that category as well. And we just don't really have that at the moment. We don't have somebody that can just pick up the ball and just slow things down in the best kind of way for our team. And also as well, just find players when they are looking for it, players that can maybe, make those runs and then also expect to be found,
yeah.
which seems to be the problem right now is certain players are making the right runs in our team. Like Sonny and, Harry Kane are making the right runs, but no one's able to find them, that is ridiculous hesitation right there. But
You know what you're
also I'm
getting
really enjoying
at?
him getting stuck in. Yeah, Dave.
You're getting a 2-for-1 with this guy, really, because usually, right, what happens is you had someone like, say, for instance, a Michael Carrick. He was just very good at passing, very good at rotating the play left to right. You had someone like Luka Modric, absolutely brilliant. First touch was class, got away from his man, gave him time to be able to do left and right. But with this guy, you're probably getting a mix between Luka Modric and Amanda Matic, to be honest with you, because he can play that, like you said, that whole midfield role. He can read the game. He can make tackles. But he also has that passing ability. So what you're really getting in effect is, like, if you compare it to what we have at Tottenham right now, you're getting a Højbjerg or a Skip plus with the passing ability.
You're getting maybe the tackling of a Højbjerg, but then you're actually getting maybe more or less, the distribution ability, like someone like you said, like a Michael Carrick, Dave. It's really well said, actually. That's really well said. But there you are, everybody. That is this video in terms of. Sorry, I need to go on to the next one here. That is this one of his ability to get stuck in here. Just going to see if I can come out.
He's a very good player, Brozović. I have to say, I do like him. It was a very good find. Where did he find him from, Jack? Did he come from Dynamo Zagreb?
Just came straight from Dynamo Zagreb, Dave, yeah. And was able to move on. And then to the likes of, Inter, but has been kind of an Inter legend, I would say, for actually quite some time, if I think about it. So he's been there for practically forever, if I can remember correctly.
You know what, though? Inter fans will take to him because they've always had players. They've had Schneider, they've had Cambiaso. They've always had players in midfield that can look after the ball, that control themselves about as well. So I have no doubt that he's definitely a fan favourite.
I think he's always been absolutely a fan favorite. I think you're completely right, Dave. But let's move on to maybe just a bit of the Brozović, technical ability. And Dave, you're going to see this guy can hit it from distance. This guy is unbelievable at hitting a ball from distance. But also you're going to see the classiness that he has in the midfield as well. This guy breathes class. And especially, I would say, his ball carrying abilities are very underrated. Skins a man there. Beautiful first touch. And buries it with the left as well.
Wow, good finish. 2-footed goal, that. Is that? Oh, that's naughty. See, that's something we haven't seen in a while as a free kick take. On target. Honestly, I get hard on when I see free kicks go in now.
I mean, seriously, Dave. We've been honestly deprived in that department. We've been very deprived in that department.
I want to hit. Did you know what, Jack? That's a very good hit because them ones, it's very easy to sky them.
This is why I gave him that technical ability, Dave, because, in terms of his attributes, he's just a simple baller. He just knows how to play the game, David. He's just so technically gifted. He's so brilliant to watch. And especially that's where I think he doesn't need the power when it comes to long shots. He just has the ability to strike it in the right way. And here's an absolute bender as well.
Now, that is filthy. That is filthy. That's Son at his best, that is. Oh, again. He's a good finisher. He's a very good finisher. He doesn't panic. He just strikes the ball cleanly. He doesn't panic. He picks his heads up, looks what spot he wants to hit it, and then just strokes it nicely. He doesn't, panic, kick fresh air. Oh, that's a beautiful ball.
Oh, and he gets into the box as well when you think about it. He knows how to get into the box.
Score, Jacko. He caught that one well. They're very easy to shin them. That was a good strike.
He's very good with his left foot, I will say, especially hitting it. Very good with his left foot, which is underrated, especially for a midfielder. We always talk about how they should be able to, but how many
He is
players can you
right-footed,
really
though, isn't
name that can? Yeah, he's right-footed, Dave.
he?
It's
So
very
he's more or
impressive.
less two-footed. You'd say he's two-footed, really.
Yeah, really. I mean, absolutely roofs this one. Again,
That's
he
a-
really knows how to open up his foot as well on these. Another left-footed strike from distance.
Do you know what, Jack? I really like the way he strikes the ball. Like, there's so many of these opportunities that he's had that you just see people absolutely sky them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Especially with sometimes the way the ball's bobbling up or it's dropping to him. But this guy just seems to make a very good connection. Like, you're always told in situations like that, if you want to keep the ball down, lean over it when you strike it. If you want to get height on it, lean back when you strike it, right? But when the ball's coming in, you can tell this guy takes the basics on board and likes to implement them. Because there's a couple of balls that's come in that he could easily lean back on and strike. You know what I mean? And absolutely sky them. But he doesn't. He leans over the ball and keeps them nice long. Gets power behind them.
When you think about it as well, though, that Zagreb Academy has actually produced, very, very fine technical players that you're talking about, David. The players that were, know the fundamentals of the game, like you were just speaking about.
Fundamentals. That's a good word. That's the word I was looking for.
Look at I love how he can open up his foot like that. And like you say, David, even when he's bending it here, like you said, David leans back when he needs to absolutely curl one, leans down when he needs to, kind of keep it on the floor there. So you're exactly right, Dave. Also, I like how he's not even the quickest player as well, but his touch is actually brilliant. So, and also he's good at shielding the ball as well. So I just think he's almost perfect player, really.
It's similar to Modrić. Modrić was never the quickest player, but because their touch is so good and they're so calm on the ball, they buy themselves time. They make themselves seem more quicker than what they are because they're so technically good. The first touch is usually spot on. Like that first touch there, he bought himself time in the box. Look, you know what I mean? He's just clever. He's very clever.
Oh, that is not. He just slips through 3 minutes. Oh,
that's too easy. Make it look like I'm going backwards and then chops back going forward.
He's just doing that over and over again. Must be a signature move for him. But again, the left foot here, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, his left-footed striking ability.
Strike.
I'm going to say this. You don't see that very often. Someone that can hit that many goals with their left foot. You really don't. Oh, I'm sure he's going to send this guy flying. Oh, he just gave him the eyes there. Nice. He just gave him the eyes.
But see, do you know what I love about that? He shapes up like he's going to pass it out there, but nowadays footballers are brain dead. They'd actually think that. Where he's just clever. He's like, why would I shape up there if I'm actually going to hit it there? He already knows he's going the other way when he's doing that. It's beautiful to see. He's very, very including. He's very intelligent.
It's also nice, though, Dave, if we are looking for a goal. I mean, that's what we were struggling with in certain games. Why not just take a crack from distance? If we're not creating anything, just take a crack from distance. Take it on yourself, And this is what he can do. And that's what I actually am also liking about Jesus. He's just sending these guys to the floor.
He's so clever.
Leans down right there and just clinical finish. This guy could be, honestly, seriously, could play probably almost all positions.
Again. Just the way he just kind of like leans over it when he's striking.
No, that would have been stupid. That is also, again, David, world-class touch like you were talking about there. He doesn't seem to even have a bad touch. Doesn't know what it is.
He knows exactly, his touch is so good. He knows he's going where he's going with the ball, and that's why he's very rarely losing it, It's another good strike.
He scored some fantastic goals in his career, you can tell.
Oh, he sent your man to sleep. Oh, look at that.
He has brilliant hesitations. Oh, there's that pirouette again.
Curl it around him there. Use the defender to block off where the keeper can see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well done. Saves himself there. Well done.
Go for the
one-on-one with the goalkeeper and the Harris dink. And it's the Harris dink.
I could see it coming. That's beautiful.
Oh, good deflection there.
Well, I mean, he strikes that many, you're obviously going to get fortune, and that's what happens, though, Jack. Sometimes when you just strike them, you get them deflections,
I agree.
Again, he shapes inside like I'm going to pass. He's like, the rest of them, he's a dummies. They're going to fall for it, and I'm going to take it this way. It's so good. He's deceptive. That's the right word I'd use for this guy. Deceptive.
He's able to even curl a cross in with his left as well. Again, a lot of ability here. Oh, that
Oh,
is.
what a touch. What a pass. That was sick. Just splits them open. Looks like he's going to go outside, cuts it back. Straight through the middle.
Oh, there's that hesitation again. This guy, you're right, Dave, just so deceptive. Sometimes he doesn't need the pace. That's again maybe the Modric kind of hesitation as well. Modric does that hesitation all the time and just ruins people with it. It's honestly, see again, it's just kind of so easy for him actually.
But you know why he does it, Jack? Because he's already thinking ahead. Look, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I used to be like that. You already thinking ahead. You already know where you want to go and how you're going to beat the defender. So you shape up showing him what he wants, but you already know you're going the other way. That's why you're already shaping that way, because you're trying to deceive him. Oof. If you're already facing that way, he thinks you're going that way and he's already committed. But you know he's going to commit and you're gone the other way. It's very, very intelligent. It's very, very clever. He does that because he already knows where he wants to go. He's just fooling the other guy because he knows he's brain dead. He's brilliant.
I mean, Dave, would you say he would solve most of our problems, would you say, in that creative department, in that midfield department, if we were to sign him this January?
Yeah, he'd solve a lot of them. He'd solve a lot of them. Look, this guy can pass. He can dribble. He can run with the ball. He can get you from defense to attack. Even when it's passed to him and he's the most deep-lying player, we've seen it, Jack. He feints like he wants to go backwards. You know, that idiot's already like a steam train pressing the centre-back, and he's just like, see you later. He turns and goes back forward. He's absolutely brilliant. He solves so many problems. He can strike a ball from outside the box, which is what we need. You know what I mean? He can play with 2 feet. Absolutely brilliant. Get him in now. Look, I've always liked Croatian players. I've always had a soft spot for Croatian players, especially their midfielders. You know, their midfielders are coming out technical, intelligent, and they just know how to read the game. It's whatever they're bred over there, but they literally take the fundamentals on. They execute them. And that's what makes Croatian midfielders very good. Croatian centre-backs, what makes them very good is they're just pure, raw, hard men. They take off shit, they'll go for everything. You know, Croatian midfielders I've always been a fan of. They've had some great players over the year, Croatia. So look, Brozović, I think he solves so much problem. I really think he solves a lot of problems.
Well, coming from the Itch Whisperer, Brozović, please come home. Your home is here with us at Spurs. Antonio Conte is here to take you back into his warm arms. So hopefully, Brozović, you can come in and fix all the problems that we have here at Spurs. But that'll be all for now. You know, a bit of a two-part action, two-part highlights for you guys. A bit of a treat from David and I. But that'll be all for now. David and I will be seeing you.